Hey, what's up everybody, it's SNipEz. Welcome to a City Texture Pack review. So, on the Xbox 360, we just got a new texture pack, and this is called the City Texture Pack. So, basically what I'm going to be doing is flying you around my city, so you can kind of get an idea of what an actual city would look like with this texture pack. I will say now there's a couple things I don't like, but there's also a lot of things I do like as well. Starting off with the bad things I don't like. I don't like how gray wool looks. So, in my city, I use black wool and gray wool for the streets. The gray wool is for the highway. And right now we're on the highway, and as you can tell, it doesn't really look like a highway. I can't talk. Like a highway anymore. It looks more like a rooftop, in my opinion. And it's really weird to why they would make the gray wool look like this. I'm sure they had something else in mind. But from a lot of cities I've seen, they've always used gray or black wool for the streets. If I would have been using stone, stone looks absolutely amazing in this texture pack. So if I would be using stone for my streets, that's not a problem. But since I didn't do that, and I know a lot of other people don't do that, it's kind of like, why would you do that? But it's something I can get over after all the other stuff I do like. So one of the things I do like is how black wool looks. Even though it doesn't look good as my streets anymore, it looks like a little bit older. It kind of looks more like brick. But with buildings, it actually looks really good. And I think this is iron blocks, if I'm not mistaken. It's either iron blocks or white wool. I think it's actually white wool. Yep, so it's white wool and black wool put together. As you can see, the black wool looks more like a brick, and the white wool looks more like a iron block, really. And it actually looks really good. Usually I don't like using white wool too much because you can always see the ends of the block, but for some reason, even though I can see the end of the block, it actually still looks really good. So speaking of what I said earlier, stone looks absolutely amazing in this texture pack, and so I'm going to go over to the parking garages over here so you can see what they look like in a big scale building like this. So this is what the stone looks like. As you can see, stone looks really smooth. It looks incredible in my opinion. And I'm sorry if my voice sounds a little bit weird, guys. I do have a cold, so that's why my voice might sound a little bit different. Also, the stadium here looks really good with this texture pack. This is also wood planks absolutely look amazing. You can expect a lot of later builds to be in the city texture pack just by how the materials look. I love the look of torches. Torches look absolutely modern. I love that look. The actual field itself, the stands look pretty good. Really, the wool is more, it looks a lot smoother transitioning from one to the next. As you can see, you can't really tell one block from another here unless you're hovering over the block, and which is a really good thing. That's one thing I've never liked about wool, and I'm happy they fixed that in this texture pack. The grass looks okay. It doesn't look the best. Let's see. I'm trying not to give away too much of the city because the city is actually almost done. But I don't want to give too much away before that update, which I'm not sure when it's going to be. It'll hopefully be soon, because I only have like 3 or 4 more buildings to add before the city is actually done. Water really looks the same as in all the other texture packs. It's a little bit lighter, but there's not really too much difference between like the natural water, like the natural texture pack water, and all of that. The water mainly looks the same. Snow looks really good in my opinion. It's a little bit smoother. Well, I don't know. It looks a little bit more choppy when you get up close, but from far away, it kind of looks the same. One thing I was actually kind of surprised by is how clay looks. This is clay in this texture pack. As you can see, it's kind of like an orange. It kind of looks like orange wool, or maybe like even a dark plank of wood. And so it looks really good. I could see to where some things would look good with this, some things would look bad with it. All depends on what you put it next to. This is just meant for a walkway right next to the river. And I think this color with the clay absolutely looks amazing next to the water. But that's just my opinion on that. Also, glass looks amazing. I like how smooth it looks and how clear. A lot of the buildings I've actually been building with, I believe, the fantasy texture pack. And the glass is yellow on that one because it's more of a medieval theme. To where this one, it looks really smooth. And of course, this is more of a modern texture pack. Bricks look okay. Sand looks pretty, it's a lot darker. This is the mall. If you've seen my Newfield City updates, I think 1.3 is when I introduced the mall to you guys. The mall looks a little bit different. I mean, it still looks pretty good in my opinion, but I think in the fantasy texture pack, it does have a little bit more color to it, and it looks just a little bit better, but not by much. one thing I didn't notice are how signs look. Signs are more white now, but other than wood, and it looks more modern as well. I actually do like that. It looks like from side to side it's different. On this side it looks a little bit more finished, where on this side it's just more white, and I don't know. Alright. So we've gone over that. So we've gone over the things I don't like, some of the things I do like. I'll probably say the doors are one of my favorite things of this texture pack. The doors absolutely look amazing, and they really fit in with this texture pack. I'm sorry, guys. So like I've said, some things look good. The black wool looks pretty good, but I'm still not a big fan of the gray wool, just because a lot of my parking lots are using gray wool, and so is my highway, and I don't want my highway looking like a rooftop. As you can see here, it doesn't look like a parking lot anymore. To where in the fantasy texture pack or in the natural texture pack, it was more of a smooth texture to it, to where it actually looked like it was concrete or something. So that's just one thing I don't like about it, but after all the pros and cons, I do like this texture pack a lot. There's just so many options that you can have when it comes to if you want to build modern, if you want to build a little bit older. I like how 4J has been adding. They've done a little bit more medieval texture packs, but now they finally put in a modern texture package, which is something I've really been waiting for personally, just because PC has a lot more texture packs, as we know, and they have a lot better ones like Flow HD, Modern HD, I think is the one I use mainly. And so it's about time we get these modern texture packs, because 4J needs to realize that we do have a lot of modern builders, and I'm pretty sure they do realize that. And so they're trying to get everybody in. So thank you, 4J, for making this texture pack for us. It's something that I know I've personally been waiting for a long time. So hopefully you guys like this video. As you can see, this is what my city looks like with this texture pack. I figured I would bring you what this would be like in the actual city environment. So thank you for watching, guys. Please rate and subscribe. And I'm pretty sure Title Update 14 is coming out sometime soon, right? So once that comes out, I'll do another review on that. But until then, thank you for watching, guys. Please rate and subscribe, and I will talk to all you guys later.